Good morning. So when we look at Psalm 11 and we correlate it with Nehemiah 6, there's this uncanny comparison and similarity. As David describes in Psalm 11, so Nehemiah experienced in Nehemiah 6. So continuing that thought, when we look at Psalm 11 verse 3, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? And of course, David here has been talking about how the enemy is attacking his faith and wants him to start acting and living as if his faith were just an excuse and just an escape mechanism, a coping mechanism, hiding away from reality and pretending that there is something else happening beyond the actual cruel reality. And here comes the feeling, and this is actually what the enemy communicates to us every time when we are challenged in our faith. The enemy says, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? And this is the opinion of unbelief, actually. This is how unbelief thinks about things and says, oh, come on, you are righteous, I understand. But when the foundations are destroyed, what can you then do? No one can do anything. Not even you can do anything. I understand that you have some sort of righteousness, you think, but come on, don't kid yourself. This is not, like unbelief is such a buddy to us and will tell us, stop pretending. You don't have to live this life and pretend like this. This is not real, and you know it, actually. I'm sorry, I'm hoping I'm not convincing you, because this is the voice of unbelief. It talks to us, and it's really just discouragement, actually, and it's really just and discouragement trying to get us to live an irresponsible life, to live without responsibility. If the foundations are destroyed, and this is discouragement, and then what can the righteous do? Like irresponsibility, like just live on unresponsible. Like you as a believer, you have to just give. So some tragedy hits you and you lose your loved one, or you lose your entire life's, I don't know, business and wealth, and you are, I don't know, war happens in your country. I hope it doesn't, but when it does and you lose everything, okay, so then the enemy will say, come on, the foundations are destroyed. Even you cannot do anything. You just have to give up your faith. You just have to pretend. You just have to give up and stop this pretense. Like this has been only anyways just a pretense. It's not real. And this is the place where the enemy would so love to have us be, and would so love for us to to actually live irresponsibly, and then start doing stupid stuff, start acting like unbelievers, because we don't any longer we have realized that we cannot trust God. So this is the bow and arrow of the enemy that he shoots at us with. He says the foundations are destroyed. It's hopeless anyways. You have to recognize that by now. And in Nehemiah 6 in verse 7 we see this because there is an attack against him, and he's being, I'm not going to read it, but Nehemiah, the governor of on the side of the Jews, who is a Jew, he is accused of setting himself up as a king against the king who actually sent him, and he had never done that. He hasn't done that, and that's not what he did. But the enemy makes up false news about him and pretends that he is the culprit here, and he can feel that I have no recourse, I have no place to go, I have nothing to do, and what can we do? And then in verse 9, they made us all afraid, saying, their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done. And then Nehemiah prays, now therefore, O Lord, strengthen my hands. Okay, do not. It's like this is the encouragement, a simple encouragement for this morning. Do not live in discouragement. No, the foundations are not destroyed. I want to talk more about that maybe tomorrow, because our time is short here now. But no, the foundations aren't destroyed. The enemy is lying to you. It's not real. And Nehemiah says, So they are saying we should get weakened. So Lord, strengthen our hands. Maybe we are weakened, but Lord, strengthen our hands. Let us walk in faith. Let us live in love. Let us do all we can for the kingdom of God on this earth, and let's see your miracles take place among us. So God bless your day with that thought. I hope it's encouraging your heart.